Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome into the video. So in this video, I'm going to be going over what I think about the overall market. Am I going super long? Am I going short on this market? Is it overvalued? Is it undervalued? I'm going to be giving my full thoughts on what's happening right now, all the news that comes out as well. And I'll also be talking about some stocks that I really like right now, the sectors that are hot and what my main focus is in this market, and just what I'm personally doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So yesterday I was talking to my Discord, giving them a watch list for tomorrow. And I gave him 3 scenarios that I'm looking at what's going to happen with stimulus. And this is very positive for the overall market. First scenario, Trump ends up passing a stimulus before his presidency. Now this is probably not going to be a major stimulus, but no matter what, even if it's a smaller stimulus, this is going to benefit the market heavily. If he just helps out the airlines, if he gives a couple of stimulus checks that he's been tweeting about, this will be game changing. Now the second scenario, Trump did not get the deal done before the election, ends up waiting until January to where he can pass a bigger stimulus, and he passes a bigger stimulus right there. Now third scenario, Joe Biden ends up winning the election, and when he's able to in January, he passes a massive $4 trillion plus stimulus. Now there's also a scenario where no stimulus gets passed. I believe that is very, very unlikely, as all of our world leaders know that we do need a stimulus package. Both sides of the government know this. So none of the big hedge funds, none of the big institutions are selling out right now because, as we know, the stock market trades on future expectations. And what's the future expectation? We get a stimulus at some point, whether it's next month or whether it's January and we get a big one. Now, if Joe Biden wins, a lot of people are calling for a crash. I do not believe that will happen because everybody's expecting Joe Biden to be passing the huge stimulus package that will be game changing for our market. So even if people are scared that he's going to be raising taxes and everything like that, I do not foresee a huge drop in the stock market as a whole. As we can look in past data, past history of what happened when a Democrat took over office, the market has never tanked just because of a change in party. Now, some sectors may get hit, some sectors may start flying. For example, the cannabis sector. If Joe Biden was to win presidency, as we heard Kamala Harris say last night, it is very likely that cannabis is going to be legalized all over the place. So what are some stocks that are benefiting from this, and what can we expect in the future? So first of all, let's take a look at some stocks that are benefiting heavily off of this. First off, we have Canopy Growth Corporation, ticker symbol CGC. This is the biggest stock in the space. It was up 13% today, almost 5% up after hours. We had Aurora Cannabis up 10% and up 3% after hours, so 13% total. TIlray up 18% and 6% after hours. This one has potential to fly. Same with HEXO as well. This was up 8% and 7.2% after hours. So the cannabis sector as a whole is taking off right now. And if Joe Biden was to win the presidency, I think cannabis stocks could realistically double from here. As we've seen in the past, they're just so undervalued compared to past history. Now, of course, the fundamentals don't add up to where they should be valued much higher than they are right now. But if you look at the hype in this sector, there's always hype in the cannabis sector if we get good news. Now, what are my personal favorites out of these? My personal favorites are most likely HEXO, the biggest in the space, which is Canopy Growth Corporation, and I also like Aurora. Now, a lot of you guys like Planet 13 stock, ticker symbol PLNHF. I know that Jeremy has gotten a lot of people on that one. This is a solid one as well. Personally, I see better value elsewhere, but I do like that company a lot, and it does look solid. It does look like a great future growth company. So what other sectors are really hot right now? Renewable energy, like I've been saying, this is the hot sector right now, but it is starting to pull back a tiny bit. So like I was saying on the Saturday video, I'm looking at all of the renewable energy stocks, and my favorite ones were ENPH, which is Enphase Energy, ticker symbol NEE, which is NextEra Energy. This is my top play as I have a stock split coming up on October 27th. And as we know how the market reacts to stock splits, it's a very positive reaction leading up to it. Now personally, I may be looking to take profits before the stock split just because, as we saw with Tesla and Apple, there were some big dips after the stock split, so it's all based on price action. If NextEra starts running massively before the stock split happens, I will be taking profits. If it does stay on a steady uptrend but no huge moves, then I probably will be holding through and holding until right before the election, taking profits right before the election, because this is a stock that will benefit if Joe Biden wins. But I'm not going to guess who's going to win presidency just because I don't know. It's a 50-50 shot. So I'll be taking profits before, playing off the hype, but not holding through the date. Now, a stock that I'm actually liking a lot right now is Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. Now, of course, this is a huge stock. This is very expensive, but this stock is about 10% off of its all-time highs, but it has some big things coming up. So first of all, on October 13th and 14th, this is Amazon Prime Day. As we saw last year, the stock jumped 10% off of Prime Day sales. Now, this could happen again this year. The stock's at a point where it's not pricing in what may happen during Prime Day, and it's kind of like the Black Friday of Amazon. This is just a huge date for the company as a whole, a huge date to acquire customers and get a massive amount of sales. Now, also towards the end of October, Amazon is expected to have their earnings call. A big thing that could happen at their earnings is they announce a stock split. Now, this is just a guess, but I do believe that there's a pretty good chance for a 10-for-1 stock split, which would be absolutely crazy for the stock price. I could see the stock being valued at $5,000 plus if per share right now, so that would be $500 after the stock split if this was a 10-for-1. Now, I do believe that Amazon is due for a stock split in the future. The stock is just so expensive. It's so hard for many retail investors that don't have fractional shares from their brokerage to get in. So I do expect a stock split, and I do think that there's a solid chance that during the next earnings call, which is at the end of October, Amazon may announce this. Now, also, like I was saying, Amazon is 10% off its all-time highs. We got the holiday months, and we got Black Friday, and we got Amazon Prime Day. So the holiday months, this is where people are buying stuff like crazy off of Amazon. Black Friday, of course, we know what happens then. Amazon is pretty much the #1 retailer in the world. And Prime Day is next week, which is start off the hype run. And we could just see this stock just on a steady uptrend the rest of the year. Now, if Joe Biden was to win the election, this would hurt Amazon stock a little bit because he is expected to hurt Amazon in the tax world. So that's something to keep an eye on, but it does not worry me too much. As just looking at historical data, when taxes have been lowered or raised, these companies are slightly affected in the stock price, but not very much. Now, a stock that I've been talking about for a while, and I do like a lot still, this is Rocket Companies, ticker symbol RKT. This is Rocket Mortgage. As we know, kind of the future of mortgaging, pretty much all online. So I've been looking into a lot of data, as you've seen my original thesis in a couple past videos, and there's a lot of people scared that there's going to be a housing market crash. Now, I believe that there's a chance of an innovation crisis if we do not end up getting the stimulus package, but this would be sometime next year. But what I do like a lot for this company is the Fed is not expected to raise interest rates at all in the foreseeable future. Now, what does this mean? This means a massive amount of home sales for the foreseeable future as well. Say the Fed doesn't raise rates for the next 2 years, I think we could see a crazy amount of home sales, keep up this current trend of the amount of homes that are selling right now, the amount of refinances, the super low interest rates. This is huge for mortgage companies because they get so many more home buyers as the home buyers are looking for cheap rates, looking to refinance their homes, which leads to so many more home sales. So I do think that Rocket Mortgage is going to be benefiting heavily no matter what happens. If we get the stimulus, boom, people save up more money, buy more houses. If we don't get the stimulus, now could there be an eviction crisis? Yes, but is this going to hurt home sales? No, because the interest rates are still going to be super low. I do not believe this is going to be hurting home sales at all. So as long as the interest rates keep up where they are, which is rock bottom, I can see Rocket Companies, ticker symbol RKT, flying up $30, $40 by the end of the year and staying around that point. So that is my take on the current market. If you want to get 2 free stocks on Webull, one valued up to $1,600, that link is down below. That is an affiliate link, so I do get a free stock as well. If you want to join the private stock group, that link is down below. Or $5 free in Acorn investing, $10 free in Bitcoin, those links are down below as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, leave me a comment on your thoughts. If you have any different predictions than me, if you think I'm totally wrong, let me know down below. Yeah guys, keep it up, trade smart, good luck to everybody, and let's get rich.